Hi everyone, good morning. So, I've been reading Pride and Prejudice for school and it's interesting, I guess, but from reading volume 1, I figured that it's way more fun when I have my best pal, the voice inside my head, making little comments as I read. So, today I'm going to bring you along as I read volume 2 accompanied with this inner voice so that I force myself to read the rest of this book and not take another 2 months, like I did with volume 1. Anyway, there are spoilers in this video, but they're all out of context unless you look at the text on the pages I'm showing. But you know what? Some of the pages won't even be related to anything I'm saying, so honestly, don't worry about it. Alright, enjoy! Oh, in chapter 1 of volume 2, and we are already at a big disappointment. Poor Jane. Mr. Collins is so annoying. My favorite thing about Mrs. Bennet is that she's so contradictory. Like she says, the Lucases are very artful people indeed, sister. They are all for what they can get. I am sorry to say it of them, but so it is. And she says she's sorry, but she keeps insulting them, so I don't really see evidence of her being sorry. You're describing love as violent now? More iconic lines from Lizzie Bennet. Stupid men are the only ones worth knowing, after all. And what are men to rocks and mountains? This makes my little man-hater heart very happy. That was a joke, I do not hate men. Only good vibes here, no hate. I love how Mr. Collins is just so insignificant that he has to write off his patronesses property and success and wealth to impress his own cousin. And he fails. Alright, so I am currently at chapter 8 of volume 2, and I am going to count the number of times I see Lizzie Bennet being very oblivious to Darcy. So here we have 1. You mean to frighten me, she says, as Mr. Darcy walks over to the piano to see what she and Fitzwilliams are talking about. Then, number 2, Mr. Darcy comes to visit, and he's just like, oh, I am so astonished on finding you alone. Number 3, as he spoke, there was a sort of smile. Lizzie! And he draws his chair a little closer to her. Then she looks surprised, so he draws his chair back. This is an obvious sign of someone in love with you, and even Charlotte says, my dear Eliza, he must be in love with you or he would never have called on us in this familiar way. But why Mr. Darcy came so often to the parsonage, it was more difficult to understand. This is number 4. Okay, I've kind of lost count, but I think this is number 6. And here is Lizzie saying, more than once did she meet Mr. Darcy while she was walking, and she told him it was a favourite haunt of hers. And then she was like, what? Why is he here again? Dizzy, I wonder why he would go to a place that you say you frequent. Could it be to see you?
Bruh.
Mr. Darcy says, I love you, Lizzie, but you're inferior to me. Lizzie goes, no thank you. Mr. Darcy goes, what? I am angry now. Poor Lizzie's now just like, oh no, was everything Wickham told me a lie? Poor Lizzie and her unruly family, or so she puts it. My main question is, why is Mr. Collins always so worked up? He is the personification of a theatre kid, and that's not an insult because theatre kids are cool, but he takes it over the top. And now Lydia is turning into her mother. Theatre kid number 2, we have Mrs. Bennet saying, I am sure Jane will die of a broken heart, and then he will be sorry for what he has done. So here's our melodramatic theatre kid number 2. Now Lydia is getting on my nerves. Oh my gosh, this family. Alright, last chapter of volume 2. Let's see what happens. This is quite sad. So it says here that her father married Mrs. Bennet when she was young and beautiful, and then very quickly fell out of love with her because he discovered that she was, what is this? Oh, he discovered that she had a weak understanding and illiberal mind. Honestly, he's quite mean. Like, his main source of entertainment is making fun of his wife, which is like unhealthy relationships 101. So this is like Lydia in contrast to Jane and Lizzie. So Jane and Lizzie wrote like really long letters to each other and to their family, and here Lydia has gone away to Brighton, and Lydia's letters were always long expected and always very short. So that's a bit disappointing, isn't it? Surely I must be able to go into Pemberley and Derbyshire, home to Mr. Darcy, and not have him know I'm there. Lizzie asked, are the Darcys in Pemberley for the summer? And the chambermaid says no, but you know what I think is going to happen in volume 3? I think she's going to find out that they are indeed in Pemberley for the summer, because this is how plot works. Alright, so that's the end of volume 2, and I guess if enough people like show an interest in this, I will do a part 2 where I like give you commentary on volume 3, I guess. I don't know. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye!